In 2008, the General Dental Council adopted the training standards for implant dentistry, which were drawn up by a working party under the Faculty of General Dental Practitioners. This has set training guidelines for all providers of education in implant dentistry, and the ITI has drawn up its own education program to fulfill the guidelines. ITI's goal is to lead the way and set the standard and provide accessible education. There is formal education and there is more informal education, shall we say, through a self-directed path of learning. The formal education would take place in universities, it would take place through the Royal Colleges or maybe hospital-based training. But not everyone, particularly people working in general dental practice, will be able to undertake a more formal training path. It's too perhaps big a commitment on time. Foundation in implant dentistry is a comprehensive first step on the training pathway with implants. It's aimed at the straightforward level, which the ITI in its SAC classification, where S stands for straightforward, A for advanced and C for complex, is looking at the straightforward level. Straightforward level is replacement of a single missing tooth in a non-aesthetic site. It could also be a short span, slightly longer span, but again it's in a non-aesthetic site. And finally, it could be an edentulous mandible where two implants might make a huge difference to someone's quality of life and the life with a lower full prosthesis. The ITI is therefore trying to meet the needs of these people as well, and we've designed a foundation program. ITI education pathway has 3 levels. It starts with an introduction. Is this for me? Do you wish to become involved in implant dentistry? It has a second level, which is a foundation program, a solid and safe launch onto the pathway of training, and a third level, which is continuation. The introduction level of our education pathway is a 2-day course that's designed to give you an overview of the discipline of implant dentistry and what you will require to eventually be able to comply with the training standards. The foundation program runs twice a year. In the spring half of the year it runs at the ITI Centre near Gatwick, and in the autumn half of the year it runs at Wakefield in the north. Alongside the structured modular course, there is concomitant practice-based one-to-one mentoring from ITI fellows or ITI mentors. ITI mentoring is carried out by ITI fellows and ITI members, all of whom fulfill a stringent list of criteria so that we know how many years of experience they have in implant dentistry, a minimum of 5. We know how many CPD hours they've had in implant dentistry in the past 5 years. We know that they are all active in implant dentistry on an ongoing basis, and that they undertake treatment at all the 3 SAC levels, straightforward, advanced and complex. As part of the foundation program, we also help you with setting up the required documentation for your training. You need to have a detailed case portfolio, you need to have a logbook of your placements, you need to show how many courses that you've attended, and they need to be appropriate courses, and you need to audit the outcome of your treatment, and you need to record the mentoring that you've received. At the end of the program, we hope that you will feel confident to plan, to place and to restore implants in this type of straightforward case. At the 3rd level of the ITI education pathway, continuation into advanced level, we have 4 courses in 2011. We have one on guided bone regeneration, we have another on management of the soft tissues, we have a new course on restorative techniques in implant dentistry. It's case-based and it's giving ideas of how, both with practical techniques and with treatment planning, to take on more advanced implant cases. And finally, we have a day course on techniques for aesthetic implant restorations, so concentrating more on the aesthetic zone. Beyond the ITI education pathway within the UK and Ireland section, there are the ITI Education Weeks. They take place globally, from Toronto to Hong Kong, from Bern to Melbourne. There are 8 locations around the world and they run on a regular basis. And experienced ITI educators from around the world will take these education weeks. If you are following a self-directed path and you are aiming for a recognised qualification in implant dentistry, you may wish to consider the diploma in implant dentistry from the Royal College of Surgeons in Edinburgh.